Today is February 3rd, 2026, and if you're Haitian with temporary protected status, what happens in the next few hours could completely change your life. A federal judge just made a crucial decision that affects over 350,000 people. If you have TPS, know someone with TPS, or you're tracking immigration policy changes, the next 10 minutes could be critical. I'm going to break down exactly what happened, what it means, and what you need to do right now. This isn't speculation. This is happening today, and the clock is literally ticking. Stay with me. Welcome to U.S. Policy Brief, your trusted source for accurate, timely immigration information. I'm Fernando, and I'm here to cut through the confusion and give you the facts you need to protect yourself and your family. Today's update is particularly urgent because we're dealing with a deadline that was supposed to expire at midnight tonight. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications because immigration policy is changing faster than ever, and staying informed isn't optional anymore. It's essential. Let's get straight into what happened today and why it matters. What was supposed to happen today? Let me start with the background. Temporary protected status for Haiti has been a lifeline for hundreds of thousands of Haitian nationals living legally in the United States. TPS is a humanitarian program that allows people from countries experiencing armed conflict, natural disasters, or other extraordinary conditions to live and work in America temporarily. For Haitians, this protection has been extended multiple times over the years, most recently set to expire today, February 3rd, 2026, at 11:59 p.m. The Trump administration, through Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, made the decision to terminate Haiti's TPS designation. According to the official announcement, Secretary Noem determined that continuing to allow Haitian nationals to remain temporarily in the United States was contrary to the national interest. What this termination would have meant is staggering. Over 350,000 Haitian TPS holders would have lost their legal status overnight. Their work authorization would expire. They would become vulnerable to detention and deportation. These aren't people who entered illegally. These are individuals who have been living, working, paying taxes, and contributing to American communities legally for years, many of them in essential industries. The impact would have been particularly severe in certain sectors. According to immigration advocacy organizations, a significant portion of TPS holders work in healthcare and elder care. They're nurses, home health aides, and caregivers. They work in construction, hospitality, and food services. In cities like Miami, where Haitians make up a substantial part of the workforce, economists warned that ending TPS would deliver a serious blow to the local economy. But here's what changed everything today: the federal court decision. Just hours before the midnight deadline, U.S. District Judge Anna C. Reyes of the District of Columbia issued an order that indefinitely postponed the termination of TPS for Haitians. Let me read you the key part of her ruling. During the stay, the termination shall be null, void, and of no legal effect. The termination, therefore, does not affect the protections and benefits previously conferred by the TPS designation, including work authorization and protection from detention and deportation. This is enormous. Judge Reyes didn't just delay the termination for a few weeks or months. She paused it pending full judicial review, which means this legal battle is far from over. But for now, TPS holders can breathe. In her written decision, Judge Reyes was remarkably direct in her criticism of the administration's approach. She wrote that Secretary Noem has discretion in making TPS determinations, but not unbounded discretion to make whatever determination she wants, any way she wants. The judge pointed out what she saw as contradictions in the government's reasoning. If the concern is strains on the immigration enforcement system, why turn hundreds of thousands of lawful immigrants into unlawful immigrants overnight? If the concern is economic strain, why turn employed, tax-paying workers into people who cannot legally work? If the concern is healthcare system strain, why turn insured people into uninsured people? The Trump administration has already announced it will take this matter to the U.S. Supreme Court. So this is not the final word. But for today, for tonight, TPS protections remain in place. What this means right now, if you're a Haitian TPS holder, here's what you need to know immediately. Your status remains valid. Your work authorization continues. Your employment authorization document that was set to expire today now remains valid during this legal stay. You are still protected from detention and deportation based on your immigration status. However, and this is critical, you cannot assume this protection is permanent. This is a temporary legal stay while the courts review the case. The situation remains fluid and could change based on higher court rulings. Here's what you should do right now. First, make sure you have copies of all your TPS documentation, your approval notices, your EAD card, any correspondence from USCIS. Keep physical copies and digital backups. Second, if you haven't already, connect with a qualified immigration attorney or an accredited representative. Many organizations are offering free or low-cost consultations specifically for TPS holders during this uncertain time. Third, stay informed through official channels. The USCIS website has a dedicated page for TPS Haiti with the most current information. Do not rely solely on social media or unofficial sources. Immigration misinformation spreads incredibly fast, and acting on bad information can have serious consequences. Fourth, if you're working, inform your employer about the court decision if they've expressed concern about your work authorization. Show them the official USCIS guidance confirming that your EAD remains valid during the stay. The broader context. This Haitian TPS situation is part of a much larger shift in immigration policy we're seeing in early 2026. The current administration has taken an aggressive stance on what they call immigration system integrity and enforcement. We've seen expanded travel bans affecting dozens of countries. As of January 1st, 2026, there are full entry bans for 19 countries and partial entry bans for 17 additional countries. We've seen USCIS pause processing for immigrant visa applications from 75 countries while conducting enhanced vetting reviews. The agency even established a new specialized vetting center in Atlanta, specifically to strengthen background checks and fraud detection. We've seen termination announcements for TPS designations for other countries as well. Somalia's TPS was terminated effective March 17, 2026. Ethiopia's TPS has also been terminated. Venezuela's TPS faced similar challenges, though court rulings have affected implementation there as well. The environment for immigrants, even those with legal status, has become significantly more uncertain. Large-scale ICE operations are underway in multiple cities. Minneapolis, in particular, has seen extensive federal immigration enforcement activity, leading to daily protests and significant tension between local and federal authorities. What we're witnessing is a fundamental disagreement about immigration policy, playing out in real time through executive actions, court challenges, and community resistance. The courts have become a crucial battleground, as we saw today with the Haitian TPS decision. What advocates are saying? Immigration advocacy organizations have been working around the clock on this issue. The Haitian Bridge Alliance, which brought the legal challenge that led to today's court decision, called the ruling a recognition of the grave risks Haitian TPS holders would face if forced to return, and emphasized that it ensures they can continue contributing to their communities and supporting their families. Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, co-chair of the House Haiti Caucus, has been pushing for a legislative solution. She introduced a measure to force a House vote on a bill that would require the administration to extend TPS for Haiti for 3 years. She's emphasized that extending TPS isn't just humanitarian, it's also good policy, ensuring that TPS holders who work in healthcare and elder care can continue their essential work. The proposed rule needs 218 signatures in the House to move forward through what's called a discharge petition. Whether it will get that support remains to be seen, especially in the current political climate. On the other side, the administration has defended its position by pointing to what it describes as the need for status integrity in the immigration system. They've cited Department of Homeland Security data showing that a significant percentage of individuals with various immigration statuses cannot be located at their addresses of record, suggesting systemic compliance issues. What you need to know about TPS in general. Let me take a moment to explain TPS for anyone who's not familiar with how it works, because understanding the program helps you understand what's at stake. Temporary protected status is granted by the Secretary of Homeland Security to nationals of designated countries experiencing conditions that temporarily prevent their safe return. These conditions can include ongoing armed conflict, environmental disasters like earthquakes or hurricanes, epidemics, or other extraordinary temporary conditions. When a country is designated for TPS, eligible nationals already present in the United States can apply. If granted, they receive protection from deportation and can obtain work authorization. TPS is truly temporary. It doesn't lead directly to a green card or citizenship. However, many TPS holders have been in the United States for years or even decades, as their country's designation has been repeatedly extended. The program has always been somewhat vulnerable to political changes because the decision to designate, extend, or terminate TPS rests with the Secretary of Homeland Security. Different administrations have taken very different approaches. Some have been more generous with extensions, others more restrictive. Critical action steps. Let me give you a clear action plan based on today's developments. If you have Haitian TPS, verify your documents today. Make sure you know exactly when your current EAD was issued and what its original expiration date is. Under the automatic extension provisions that were in place before today's court ruling, certain EADs were already extended through February 3rd. Now, with the court stay, those protections continue. Second, document your ties to the United States. Even though the court has paused the TPS termination, it's smart to maintain evidence of your continuous residence. Keep copies of rent receipts, utility bills, employment records, tax returns, anything that shows you've been living and working here. Third, be prepared for your employment verification. Your employer might have questions. Be ready to show them the USCIS notice about the court decision and the extension of work authorization. Fourth, avoid any criminal violations. Even minor infractions can complicate your immigration status, especially in the current enforcement climate. Fifth, if you haven't filed taxes, get current on that. Tax records are important evidence of your lawful presence and employment. Sixth, consider your long-term options. While TPS provides protection now, work with an immigration attorney to see if you might be eligible for any other forms of relief or status adjustment. Some TPS holders may have other pathways to permanent residence depending on their individual circumstances. Seventh, stay connected with community organizations and advocacy groups. They often have the most current information and can provide support and resources. And eighth, be cautious about immigration fraud. Unfortunately, times of uncertainty bring out unscrupulous people claiming they can fix your status for a fee. Only work with licensed attorneys or DOJ-accredited representatives. Looking ahead, the legal battle over Haitian TPS is far from over. The Trump administration has already indicated it will appeal today's ruling to higher courts, potentially all the way to the Supreme Court. How quickly that happens and what those courts decide will determine what comes next. In the meantime, Haitian TPS holders have a reprieve. But this reprieve comes with uncertainty. The protection could be reversed by a higher court. Congress could pass legislation to extend or make permanent the status, though that seems politically difficult in the current environment, or conditions in Haiti could change in a way that affects the legal analysis. What's happening with Haitian TPS is also a signal about the broader direction of immigration policy. We're likely to see continued challenges to humanitarian programs, increased enforcement actions, more restrictive interpretations of existing law, and ongoing legal battles between the administration, advocacy groups, and affected communities. For anyone in the immigration system, whether you have TPS, a green card, a work visa, or you're applying for any kind of status, the message is clear. Documentation matters more than ever. Legal representation is increasingly important. Staying informed through official sources is critical, and understanding your rights and responsibilities isn't optional. Today, February 3rd, 2026, was supposed to mark the end of TPS protection for hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants. Instead, a federal judge stepped in at the last moment to pause that termination, providing temporary relief while legal challenges proceed. This is a developing story, and I'll be following it closely to bring you updates as they happen. If this video helped you understand what's happening with Haitian TPS and the broader immigration landscape, please hit that like button. It helps more people find accurate, reliable immigration information. Subscribe to US Policy Brief and turn on notifications because immigration policy is changing rapidly and you need to stay informed. I'll be covering every significant development, from visa bulletins to policy changes to court decisions. Share this video with anyone who has TPS or who's navigating the immigration system. The more people who have accurate information, the better prepared our community will be. Drop your questions in the comments below. I read every single one, and your questions help me know what topics to cover in future videos. Remember, your immigration status is too important to leave to chance. Stay informed, seek professional help when you need it, protect your documentation, and know your rights. My name is Fernando. This is US Policy Brief. I'll see you in the next update. Stay safe, stay informed, and stay protected.